We were speaking to Frankie Verkouten earlier, and he said that he may have as many as 8 players missing tomorrow due to injury and suspension. Does that make it difficult at all to prepare for the match, or do you know what to expect because of the system that they play, regardless of the personnel?
Yeah, I don't think because they've got some absentees, they're going to all of a sudden change the way they play in terms of systems and formations. We always try and cover the recent games that they've played, and they seem to have stuck to a similar system, although within that system, sometimes they go with 2 number 9s or 2 number 10s. They do play a back 5. Listen, they're a squad littered with talented players. They're a big squad, so I'm sure they'll manage without their absentees. I know some of them will return for the second leg, but all our focus is on the first 90 minutes of the tie. And, we're up against a very experienced manager who's been successful on his coaching journey. He knows the game, and, they're sitting in a nice position in the league in second place. They've done ever so well. So we're going over there with big respect for this team. We know it'll be a big challenge, but we're really looking forward to it. We're in a good place ourselves, and I think it'll be a fantastic game over the both legs.
Your away record in this competition has been pretty remarkable. I think only 4 defeats in 21 away games. What has been the key to giving the players the sort of confidence and assurance that they've shown in away fixtures in the tournament?
Well, I think it's something we've had to work extremely hard for. We knew coming into this job 2.5 years ago, or just over that, it was going to be a process in terms of how we'd approach these games, and it was basically one step at a time. But I think the players have grew and evolved an awful lot over the course of that time. We've gave them information in terms of how we wanted to look in terms of our organisation, and we've worked on it on a daily basis, and we've improved a lot. But we need to keep maintaining our standard that we've shown in Europe over the course of the 2.5 years, and try and strive for more. And it's one challenge at a time. We want to get into the last 16 again to match what we achieved last year. And if we can achieve that, then we'll try and be as ambitious as we can to improve from there. But it's certainly one challenge at a time.
Hi, Stephen. I'm sure you'll be pleased to have Alfredo and Kamar back in the mix. How challenging is it to try and pick a strike force with those two back in?
Look, I'm faced with challenges every game to game, because we've got a big squad, and there's I think before this week there's always been 2 players in each position really fighting for the shirt and the jersey. So not just in the forward areas, midfield as well. Number 10 positions, number 8 positions in the holding role. I've always got big decisions to make. That's been the case all season, and that's the reason why we're in the position we're in, because we've had the right numbers in the squad, the right quality, and we've managed really well throughout situations where we've had injuries or suspensions. But what I will say is the squad's really healthy at the moment in terms of the players that have played a lot, and I know Alfredo's really chomping at the bit to get back, and hopefully he can make up for the time that he's lost. I think he owes it to his teammates to come back in a good place and try and finish the season in the best place he can. Kamar's slightly different because he's still got to serve a 1-game ban at the weekend, but again, I'm delighted that he's available for both legs. He's on a yellow card, so he needs to be careful if we decide to go with him from the start, or if he comes off the bench.
Hi, Stephen. Just to follow up on that one a little bit, with Alfredo, I mean, what you're saying there about kind of the hunger we expect to see from him coming back into the team, but the Europa League in particular has often brought the very best out of him. Do you feel that can happen again? Do you think he'll really relish this opportunity if indeed he does start?
Yeah, listen, Mark, I think all the players are really in a good place. The atmosphere and the preparation going into this game, I must say, the standard of training has been fantastic. We've took some of the younger players away from the group, and we've obviously had the situation this week where the group's being shortened down through no fault of our own in terms of the players that are still involved, and the level and the intensity and the quality has gone through the roof. So we're going in really excited and looking forward to watching the players play. Alfredo has had a fantastic run in this competition of late, but he's been really consistent for us domestically as well. But these games seem to give them an extra spark, if you like, because his goal return is the reason why we've had success in this competition in the time I've been here.
Obviously, you've been in really good form lately, top of the league, and playing really well. But do you think that you need to take another step up if you are going to go deep into this competition?
Yeah, possibly. This is a level where you can't afford to have a night off. You can't afford to, put in a performance, for example, like our Hamilton performance. We know the level goes up in this competition, the standard, the technical quality goes up, for sure. So we have to be right at it and find our maximum level of performance to qualify through this stage. In terms of going deeper into the competition, it's not really to think about at the moment. It's about trying to respect the challenge that's going to come over the course of the next 7 or 8 days, and just take it one stage at a time. But we've got confidence and we've got belief, but we've got respect at the same time, because these won't be 2 easy games. We're playing against a powerful team who physically and technically are more than capable on their day of finding 2 top performances. So that's the reason why it's an intriguing tie.
Hi, Stephen. Just to pick you up on that note, you mentioned about the training levels this week. Obviously, you mentioned the squad numbers shortening and whatnot, but are you encouraged by those training levels this week? And has any of the squad numbers changing and whatnot disrupted anything this week? Or are you encouraged by the...
We've had no disruption on the inside this week in terms of our preparation on the training pitch. We've had decent numbers, even though obviously they've changed. With the 3 or 4 missing that are usually training with us on a daily basis, but it hasn't had any interruption in terms of our preparation. We've still had quality numbers, but since the weekend, after another positive result and a clean sheet, the players had a day off, and then we went straight into our Antwerp preparation. And I don't know whether the boys have got the bit between the teeth, but they certainly look really in a zone and focused and ready to put in a performance tomorrow night. Now, I can only gauge the mood and where I think they're at, and I'm really, content where we're going into tomorrow's game, and I can see a twinkle in the boys' eyes. They're really ready to go, and if training's anything to go by, I think we're about to put in a performance.
Hi, Steve.
Hello.
The absence of 2 or 3 of those players missing, what has that done to the depth of the squad?
Listen, we're fine. We'll cover. We'll manage. It's not ideal, that's for sure. But what we have got is we've got players who are with us at the moment who've got no ego, and they will, if needed, sacrifice themselves to do a job for the team and the group. We'll manage. We'll cope, and then we'll go from there.
Hi, Stephen.
Hello.
You obviously put together a pretty impressive record as a manager in Europe. I think the last stat was 22 wins, which equaled Dick Advocaat, and if I'm right, another one equals Walter Smith. I mean, what does that say about the levels you've reached consistently?
Listen, we're really proud of our results in Europe, the majority of them, and our record in Europe. I think the players deserve all the credit for that. They're the ones that have gone out and put in the performances. In terms of being named in the same category or the same conversation as Dick Advocaat and Walter Smith, I don't think I'm ready for that, for sure. For me, it's about just getting the boys prepared, giving them a game plan to go and try and execute and carry out. And what I will say, sitting here today, is every time we have given them that responsibility and that challenge, they've stepped up and stepped forward. And this is a competition that they really enjoy playing in. And we want to strive for better. In the short term, we want to qualify. We want to try and go further than we did last year, is the dream. And then further down the line, we've obviously got aspirations of playing in the Champions League at some point. That's what we've all got to strive for. There's no harm in dreaming and striving for the top and reaching for the stars. But I'll say it again, and I've said it many times. It's about worrying about what's in front of you first before you get too far ahead of yourself.
Stephen, you mentioned before the mood in the squad. How easy is it to motivate the guys when you're doing so well domestically and obviously with a great European record this season?
The players just want to play football. They realise they've worked ever so hard to put themselves in the place they're in terms of the opportunity we've got domestically, but also the opportunity we've got in Europe. I think this group prefer to play game in terms of the schedule. Sometimes when you go week to week, or you've got a 10-day, two-week break, sometimes you can overtrain, and that can affect a little bit of motivation. I think when the games come thick and fast, these boys are used to that schedule. They enjoy it. They prefer to play, recover, play. So we're really looking forward to the schedule getting exciting again in terms of the volume of games, and it's about being able to adapt from competition to competition. But this is a fantastic game for this group tomorrow at this stage of the competition. When the draw was made, we had respect for who we would come up against, but certainly there's no fear there. We believe that at our best we will have enough to get the job done.
Hi, Stephen. Just to pick up on something you said there, a twinkle in the eyes of the players there. It's a great quote, that. I mean, is it something you can really sense that they're really up for this game and really up for the challenge that's facing them tomorrow?
Yeah, I think, the stage that we're at and the relationships I've built with these players individually and collectively, I know them so well now. They know me. We know each other in terms of the staff and the players. We've really bonded and grew together, and I'd like to think I can get a feeling amongst the group, how they train, how they look at you, what's on the horizon. I'd like to think I've got enough experience now to feel when a performance is about to come. Now, look, nothing surprises you and shocks you in football, but if you go off the last 2 days of training that we've had in terms of preparation for this game, the players they've shown a real top level.
Stephen, one of the really impressive things about the team in Europe has been the ability to control a match. How important are guys like Ryan Jack, Glenn Kamara, Stephen Davis to helping you to do that when you step up to this level?
Well, you're talking about international footballers there, so they've during their careers earned respect to play at this level. They've earned enough experience playing for the countries, and also they've got enough European games under the belt now. They know what's expected. They know the standard that we're striving for. We've been working ever so hard as a group to try and manage games, not just in possession or out of possession, both sides of the game. And we realise at this level, we're not going to be the favourites in the competition, and sometimes we might have to sacrifice possession in certain areas of the pitch. But one thing you'll never fault this group for is organisation, togetherness, and also willing to put the bodies on the line and fight for the cause and try and do the supporters proud. I think they've done that from day one, and that's the reason why there's been a drastic improvement in terms of Europe from when we took over.